that was a moment that I was like, I'm not doing this anymore. Today I'm going to be just talking about how I lost 100 pounds in 2020.
The year of the pandemic.
I went from morbidly obese to healthy in a year. So in January last year, I weighed 269 pounds, which is 19 stone 2. When I started my journey, I documented the whole thing on Instagram. So if you want to go see that, go follow me on Louise's Journey 2.0. This one was my first one, which is where I started, and then long things happened, so I had to make a new Instagram, which is Louise's Journey 2.0. So that's the one I'm active on. I'm just gonna go through my journey. How did I lose the 100 pounds? What brought me to that point? My whole life, I've always been worried about my weight. It's always been a concern for me. I've always felt like I'm not as thin or feminine as other females. Like, I can't explain it, but I remember when I was younger, at the minute I'm 5'7". When I was younger, I grew faster than other girls. I was a lot taller, and I also felt bigger. Like, I have broad, quite big shoulders. Like, I don't know if you could tell. I'm quite proud of them now. I had more muscle, which as a young girl, I felt like made me manly. So I just remember being really self-conscious of it. I was never actually really morbidly obese, like a really round kid, you know what I mean? But I always carried a little bit extra weight. I find that I can gain weight very easily, but I can also lose weight quite easily. Once I'm active and watching what I eat, the weight is not it's not hard to come off. Which is obviously how I've lost 100 pounds, over 100 pounds. At the time of this video, I've lost 119 pounds. 0.4, something like that. When I was a teenager, I did lose quite a bit of weight. I was eating a small tiny bowl of brown flakes in the morning, a ham sandwich with like no butter or anything, just bread, ham and mustard, and sometimes I'd have a fruit on the side, like a apple. Dinner was a tiny Weight Watchers microwave meal and veg, and I would eat that every single day. It was very restrictive. I lost a lot of weight, but I ended up with almost like an eating disorder, and then that was obviously unsustainable, so I ended up gaining all the weight. Well, I got pregnant, and then I ended up gaining all the weight, and I got to like 15 stone. Tried Slim and Weld, which, to be honest, it was very helpful for teaching me that I can actually eat a wide range of food that's like healthy. Taught me healthy ways to make food, but again, I found that restrictive because food is classed as like sins, and it just didn't create a good healthy relationship with food for me. I ended up gaining a lot of weight. I got depressed. I learned to drive, so then that ended up decreasing my activity by loads. Just gave up on myself. That's the only way I can describe it. Like, I legit gave up. I was like, you know what, I'm gonna be fat forever. I've got my boyfriend I've been with for like since I was like 14. I was like, I've got him, I've got but at that time I only had one boy. I've got my boy, I've got my son, and that's it, you know what I mean? Like, whatever. And then I ended up getting pregnant again. I got to 19 stone before I got pregnant, and then I feel like I hit my peak, if that makes sense, like 19.2. Maybe I didn't, maybe, you know what I mean, but I was clearly must have been eating at maintenance, because throughout my whole pregnancy I didn't even gain a pound. I ended up having a lot of health complications in my pregnancy. Like, I remember I had to go for so many growth scans because I was classed as high risk because of my weight. I ended up having to do like diabetes tests and stuff. Luckily, like, I didn't have developed gestational diabetes, but they was telling me like I was a high risk for preeclampsia, and I was like, there's no way. Like, I didn't believe like my health was making me unhealthy. I ended up actually getting preeclampsia. Luckily, that it didn't affect my son, but I did have to give birth to him at 38 weeks, and then they had to induce me. And then even after I gave birth, I had to have blood thinning injections because of my weight put me at high risk for developing blood clots. And that was kind of like a reality check for me. I was like, wow, I know from the difference from when I had my first son to when I had my second, how much weight had actually affected the pregnancy. I then was like, okay, you know what, like, my weight is actually a problem. I gave birth in July of 2018. Didn't do anything about my weight still because I felt like I couldn't. That was kind of when I realised, okay, my health is kind of affected by my fatness, my obesity. So that brings me to 2019. I was sick and tired of being fat. I felt like I hated myself. I was like, I just hate the way I feel all the time. I hate that I'm depressed and anxious. Like, I was literally like riddled with anxiety all the time. Like, my mental health was just bad. I kept telling myself, okay, I need to lose weight. I need to lose weight, but I wouldn't do anything about it. I had the thing in my head that like I've already lost weight. If I lose it again, I'm just going to end up gaining it back, because that's what had happened before. So I felt like there's no point. Like, what's the point? I associated losing weight with getting in that unhealthy mindset of restricting. I felt stuck. I remember it was like December. I saw one of my friends who I hadn't seen in a long time. She had lost a massive amount of weight. She was like unrecognizable. I knew she was losing weight. Then I saw her and I was like, wow, she lost a massive amount of weight. And she did it over a long period of time as well. She still kept it off. Oh, Danny. And that just inspired me. I was like, do you know what? If she can do it, why can't I do it? Why can't I do it? I can do it. Like, I was just like, that just spurred me. I was like, you know what? I can do it. And I was like, do you know what? After Christmas, when the new year comes, I'm doing it. I don't care. We hit the new year, like January 1st, and I didn't start yet because I was like, oh, my friend's birthday is on the 3rd of January. So I was like, okay, I'll just wait till then, like after them. You know what? No. If you need to lose weight because of your health, do it now. Don't wait for New Year. Don't wait for Monday. Don't wait for tomorrow. Work on your health now. For my friend's birthday, I bought this like checkered top, and I bought it in like a size 22. And I thought, you know what? This is definitely going to be baggy. I had a picture in my head of how I would look in it. Like, you know, them checkered tops and they're like baggy, and it's like
you know what I mean, yeah?
like the boyfriend top look. I didn't even try it on because I bought it in a 22 and I was like, oh, I'm like an 18, like denying it to myself. I remember the moment I put on the jeans and the jeans were so tight, like they almost didn't fit, and they were like a 20, 22 or something like that. I put the top on and it was so tight, like on my belly, the button kept popping off, and like here it kept popping off. The only way I could actually get it to fit was by wearing these sucky in pants that you wear under your clothes, and that was so tight, it was rolling down, it was so uncomfortable, and I just felt so horrible about myself. I just felt gutted. I was like, I can't believe I've let myself get to this. I tried my best, like I caked my face in makeup and I tried my best to like look as nice as I could, but like I just felt so rubbish in myself. So we went out for a birthday, and I remember like we were taking pictures. I hated the pictures. I was wearing the sucky in pants. I was so uncomfortable the whole night. Like that was the moment that I was like, I'm not doing this anymore. I hate the way I feel about myself. I hated that I felt so self-conscious and that I had to wear these sucky in pants, and I hated the way that I felt so down and depressed and how my weight was affecting my health. And I remember that night I was saying to everyone there and my friends, I'm losing weight. Best believe on Monday, I think it was like a Friday, I can't remember what day it was, but I was like, on Monday I'm starting it, like I'm losing weight, like I'm done. Monday came, I joined the gym, which I had never done before. I downloaded my Fitness Pal because I knew I could calculate my calories on there. It actually came up on there 1,800 calories, so that's what I started with, and I started calculating my calories. I went to the gym every single day, so I'd drop off my son at school, then I would go to the gym and I literally just go on the treadmill and walk on an incline for 30 minutes. I remember my first day, my head was pounding, I was covered in sweat, like I felt like I was going to throw up in the car. Like I sat in the car after and I felt like I was going to throw up, but at the same time I felt so good in myself. I was like, I've done it, I've done my first day. And then the next day I was going to the gym and doing that. I was feeling better and better every single day, and obviously I was eating healthier. I was watching videos on YouTube of people that have lost weight, like I was watching Journeyxo, I was watching that Felicia. Who else was I watching? I watched Obese to Beast. Then I found Greg Doucette, learning all the information from him, and then my diet just evolved as I was learning more and more. I got fitter and fitter. I remember putting a post up where on my Instagram, I'll put it here, I literally was so happy that I could complete like 20 minutes on the elliptical because I couldn't even do 5 minutes when I first started doing it. I was getting addicted to feeling better about myself. Each day that was going by, I was feeling healthier. It was improving my mood. Didn't realise that exercise improved my mental health and it made me feel better. That time at the gym was what I needed. It's like a self-love thing that I could do for myself. I can't explain it. It was like the best thing I could do for myself. My mental health was improving by just working out at the gym. And the weight was like coming off. I lost like 9 pounds in my first week because obviously I went from a massive deficit because I didn't understand calories properly then. The bigger you are, the more water you can hold, and I was holding a lot of water, so more than half of that was probably just water. But I would continue to lose weight. I did not crave junk food. I got so sick to the point of when I started my journey, I was so ready to get rid of it. Week by week I was noticing changes in my body. I noticed my stomach was going down. I felt healthier. Months and months was going by. people started noticing. And then I remember lockdown happened, gyms closed, and I didn't let that stop me. I was working out in the park. I started going for walks. I bought a Fitbit and started tracking my steps. I joined a boot camp. Then I eventually hired my personal trainer. When gyms opened back up, that I started incorporating weight training, which I love weight training now. It's crazy how much, like, you know, if you can tell, I like lifting weights. Oh, in July, I set up a push-up goal because I couldn't do a push-up, and I ended up completing my push-up goal. That brings me to now, where I am finally at a weight that I believe is healthy, that I feel good at, and I want to start maintaining and building muscle. That is my journey in a little nutshell. I'm the happiest and healthiest that I feel like I've ever been. Thank you so much for watching this video. If you enjoyed listening to my story and how I got to this, please give me a like and subscribe to my channel. I'm going to be doing loads more videos. So yeah, thank you.